Welcome to Music Off the Record. I'm Dr. Ken Owen at Pierce College, and we're talking about the music that'll be on the next Northwest Sinfonietta concert. We'll talk about each of the composers in a few different videos. We'll start out with Samuel Barber. He's the first composer we'll talk about, one of our great American composers, born in 1910, Pennsylvania, died in 1981 in New York. There's a picture of him there. You can take a look at. Now, at the time that Barber's alive and composing music, a lot of the other composers that he's contemporary with, you see a list of them here, Messiaen, Carter, Schaeffer, and Cage. The thing that everybody's doing is really exploring and experimenting and looking for new ways of expression and new things to do. And Barber doesn't really quite go with the rest of them in that way. In fact, he gets pinned with the label neo-romantic. Romantic meaning the style period before the 20th century when Barber's writing, so composers like Brahms and Chopin and Schumann, saying that his music is in some ways similar or harkens back to that, so it gets called neo-romantic. He certainly sticks with a little bit more tonal music that's more accessible to a lot of audiences and more lyrical, and we'll see kind of why he loves this lyricism as we look at his history. But because of these reasons, he's often not in our textbooks, perhaps because our authors feel like, oh, he's not doing the new and original thing, and so they don't put him in there, which is a shame. Really, he deserves to be in there as one of our finest composers in history. So his personal history. Barber is another one of these prodigies. So many of our great composers started off this way. As a child, he's already composing great stuff, and he especially loves the voice. He loves to sing. When he's 9 years old, he's already writing small little operas for him and his sister to sing at home. And he gets into the Curtis Institute of Music at 14 years old, believe it or not. Well, his big plan is to become an opera singer, of course, but as his education progresses and he gets in there, he becomes more and more interested in composing, and he starts to get recognized for his compositions. In fact, he wins some awards that include opportunities for travel, and he goes to Europe. He gets to meet the great Toscanini. There's Toscanini himself. Toscanini premieres a couple of his works with the MPC Symphony. The Cleveland Orchestra plays his first symphony, and so it's really a great time for Barber. He's on the up and up. He's being recognized. He's being heard, played by some of the major orchestras of the world. So to progress with his timeline, he's doing great. He's a successful composer. He and another successful American composer, Menotti, they purchased a house together in New York, the Mount Kisco area. We'll look at it later. They call the house Capricorn, and we'll talk more about that when we talk about the concerto that gets obviously named after that house. There's a picture of Barber and Menotti, along with American composer Aaron Copland. So if you're looking at the picture, Barber's the one right in the middle. On his right, or our left if you're looking at it, is Copland, and then Menotti is on his left, or our right. So they buy a house together, and that same year, Barber gets drafted into the military. He's not terribly thrilled with this. He doesn't enjoy it much at first. When he's drafted, like I said, once he's there, he's already a well-known internationally composer. And he has some friends that are also in the military, some that are officers, and they begin to lobby for him, kind of try to pull some strings to say, hey, this is a great composer. We should be using him in this way, and get him in a post where he has a little extra time and a place where he can do some composing. And so he starts to do that, and you can see we even get pictures that are used for publicity and things of him in uniform there talking with Kusevitsky, the conductor for the Boston Symphony Orchestra. So after a year in the military, he finally gets that nice post and composes quite a bit while he's in the military. After he's out of the military, continues, of course, on a long career of composing. 2 times he gets the Pulitzer Prize, in 58 and 63 for those compositions that are listed there, as well as many other awards for his works. Things aren't always successful, though. He does fall on hard times. His third opera, Antony and Cleopatra, just has a bad reception across the board. It's kind of rejected. This sets him into some depression. He also struggles with alcoholism. Menotti leaves. He just has some real struggles, but he continues to compose through all of this and to the end of his life, really, all the way through. He dies in New York and is buried back in his home of Pennsylvania. So that's a little bit about Barber. He is, of course, known most for the Adagio for strings that you may have heard. one of his most beloved, or probably his most beloved piece. He also is known for the essays for orchestra. His violin concertos performed quite a bit, the School for Scandal, and of course the piece that we're going to hear in our concert, the Capricorn Concerto. So join me for another video. We'll talk about that concerto.